Hi, so I'm going to show you today how to apply your Jamberry nail wraps. So I picked out that I'm going to put on Everything Nice. So it comes like this, and when you open it up, it has a sheet, which I've already used one on here. So that would be a full one. I use it for a sample. And all you need, you could use a hairdryer, but the Jamberry mini heater is really awesome. And if you're going to be applying a lot of Jamberry products and you love Jamberry, which you will once you first try it, you will want to get this. But I've used the hairdryer. It does work. It does the same thing. This is a lot more quieter. You could touch it. It doesn't really get hot. It doesn't get hot like a hairdryer would. So if you're applying like Jamberry Juniors, like, you want to be able to, you know, if they touch this, they're not going to hurt themselves. So anyway, so here's what I have. You need a nail file, a cuticle pusher, a scissor. You could also get like this type of cuticle pusher as well. A nail clipper, tweezers, and an alcohol wipe. You're first going to wash your hands in regular dish soap. That way it just removes all the oils. And then use an alcohol wipe. Now I already washed my hands in regular dish soap. My nails tend to be more on the dry side, so I don't do the alcohol wipe because I feel like I don't need it. My jam still lasts me 2 weeks, but it really depends on your nail. So, you know, as a trial and error to determine what works best for you, I don't use the alcohol wipe. Because my nails tend to be a little bit more on the drier side, I use the Jamberry cuticle oil. I apply my jams, and then every night before I go to the bed, I just go around my cuticles with the Jamberry oil, and it really helps my nails not to get dried out. So here's the Jamberry nail wraps, and this is called Everything Nice if you're interested in this. So what you do is just go with your nail and try to match what will best fit your nail. You want a little bit of the nail to be showing. You do not want this to go over your skin or over the cuticle because it will not have a very tight seal. So if you look at this, I'm going to do my pinky first. This smaller one fits my pinky. And you might actually go in order. Mine does not. And you might want to like sort of, you know, just do it ahead of time. But the pinky fits, the smallest wrap fits my pinky really nice. So I determined that that's the one that I want to use. I'm going to use my nail scissors. And it might be easier in the beginning just to cut it in half. But what you could do is sort of figure out how much you need, and you might have some extra which you could use at other times, maybe just sort of do a French, be a little bit more creative. So I'm going to sort of estimate how much of this wrap that I need, and I need not necessarily half, basically almost half, so I'll just do half to show you. So you're just going to use the cuticle scissor. I'm going to cut it in half. And there's my Jamberry. You could use the tweezers to heat it up. I have also just used my finger, especially if you're not going to, you know, the end of it you're going to cut off anyway. If you feel like tweezers are a little bit more difficult to apply, then don't use them. But anyway, you would heat the opposite side of the wrap. So the back side of the wrap is what you're heating up. And you will see it, I'm going to actually just use my fingers for a second. You'll see it sort of curl. Let me try to bring this a little bit closer. But see how it's sort of curling a little bit there? It's not straight like it was before. That's what you want. So once it sort of does that, which takes maybe a second or two, you'll remove it. Again, and then you're just going to apply it. Trying to get it so you can see it to your nail. It's a little bit more difficult because I'm trying to do it at a certain angle. If you make a mistake like this is not centered on my nail, not a big deal. You could easily take it off. You could reheat it for a little bit and then just apply it. So I'm just going to go. Again, I'm recording this on my own, so it's a little bit more difficult. Not difficult necessarily to apply, but difficult to the angle so you guys can see it at home. Anyway, so I applied my nail wrap. And I don't really like how this looks, so I'm going to redo it in a second. And that's okay if you do that at home. Anyway, so here is my now I'm just pushing down on it so to get that tight seal, because again you want it to be a tight seal. So again, here it is. And then I'm going to heat it up again. Hold my finger by the heater and really, heat that up. Again, press on it. Really get that tight seal. You might also want to use, if you have this tool or this, but really one of these, you could use this to sort of, press down on it as well. But like I said, this is not, you do not need one of these in order to apply your Jamberry wraps. It does come with the application kit. So if you get an application kit, you do get this. You get some of these. You get a nail file. You get nail clippers. So, that might be something that you're interested in getting. So here it is. So I definitely have extra. So what you're going to use is you're just going to use your nail scissors. And you're just going to cut off the extra. As close as you can get to your nail. If you have really short nails, sometimes it's really hard to cut off the extra. So you might need to use a nail clipper. And with that, you're going to cut a little sliver of your nail along with it. So you're just going to just cut around. I'm going to heat up this again. And it is basically done. So here it is. You do have a little bit of extra. So what you're going to do on the nail, just to make sure, because if you do not do this, it will start lifting at the tips, and that's not what we want, is you take your nail file and file downward. And that's just going to remove any of the extra wrap that you weren't able to get really, really close. And you're just going to go straight down. Do not go side to side. Straight down, and that will remove all the excess, and you should be able to see sort of, definitely a nice nail showing at the end. For another, I've done this and I have not done this. I feel like sometimes it does. If you have trouble with sometimes them lifting at the tips, or they feel like they are not, maybe application wasn't perfect, so they're sort of starting to lift a little bit. The baggy method you could also do. Sometimes I'm in a rush and I do it, I don't necessarily file all the way, and then all of a sudden they start lifting a little bit. So what I do is I take a regular baggie, I wrap it around my nail. These are great also for juniors, because junior kids' nails tend to be a little bit more oily. So you might want to do definitely with the baggy method with younger children. But so I'm just going to heat it up. Again, just holding the bag really, really tight. Heat it up. And then again, the key is pressure and heat. And I'm just going to press down again on my nail. And I am done with that nail. I'm going to do the rest of them. And I will post a picture online of all my nails being done, but that's just one. All right. Again, this is Heather Weiberg. If you're interested, you go to my website. It's heather4jamberry.nails.com. Bye.